If you turn to page 109 in the exercise book, you can work these with me. It says questions 11 and 12 are based on the graph below. So I have a decreasing line, then it increases, then it decreases again. So I can tell you that this is not a constant slope. What are the increasing and decreasing intervals for the function? Well, this is decreasing, this is decreasing, but this is increasing. So we need to figure out the intervals that correspond to those values. So let's see, let me read my answer choices. A, all values for x are increasing. That's not true. B, we have a mixture of increasing and decreasing. I like that. So does C and D, but E says it's decreasing for all values of x. That is not true. So we can eliminate two of them because this graph has variance. Now, let's look at the points. I think that'll be the easiest way to explain it. So let's take this minimum point right here and let's plot, or not plot, but let's identify the coordinates. So it is at, let me get the scale. Each box is 2 in the x direction and each box is 3 in the y direction. So on the x, we have a -1. And then down to maybe -7. I'm guessing. It doesn't matter because it's the x value I'm interested in. So when x's are less than -1, meaning when they're this way, what's happening to the graph in this section? Well, it's decreasing. Even though the arrow, you don't look at the end behavior, you look at the graph behavior. So it's coming down in that interval. So I would say that decreasing is occurring when x values are less than -1. Then this blue section, from that point I graphed up to this point, which is over 2, 4, 6, so over 5, and up to 6, 9, 11, I'm going to guess, but it's the y that doesn't matter. We need the x value. So I would say that it's increasing when x is between -1 and 5. And then once it gets to 511, it starts decreasing again. So it decreases again when the x is greater than 5. So we need to find something that fits what we just wrote here. And I'm going to cut that and bring it down to my answer choices. And there it is, just like we wrote it. It's option C. I wasn't sure that was the best approach, but it was. That's the way to handle those. Let me check. Number 11 is C. Number 12. Which describes the end behavior of the function? So we're looking at this arrow and this arrow, the end behavior. So let's see how they work these in. The y value is increasing as the x value goes to -infinity. and the y value is decreasing as the x goes to positive infinity. That's it. And let me see if I can put that in words that make sense. Okay, let's look at the right side. The y values are decreasing here. As the x values increase. Okay. And then on this side, the y's are climbing, but the x's are falling farther below 0. So fix it in your mind first, and then pick the one that matches. And that would be A, I believe, but let me check. Yes, number 12 is A. Number 13 and number 14 are based on the graph below. Gracious, what a graph. But some things that jump out to me, first of all, it is not linear, and it is not quadratic. I do see a relative maximum there. I see a relative maximum there, and a relative maximum there. So let me put those points, let me label those points. So this one is at 2, 4, 6, 8, negative 5, 2, 4, 6, negative 5, 6. This one is at 0, positive 2, and this one is at 2, 4, 6, 1. And those are relative maximums. And actually, I should have told you this earlier. It's not, one is a maximum. More than one are maxima. So there are 3 maxima in this graph. There are also some minima. We have this one and this one. And I guess we should count that one as a minimum. So this one is at 2, 4, 6, negative 6, 0. And then this one is at negative 1, negative 1. And this one is at 3, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, negative. So these are the relative minima. One is a minimum, many are minima. Okay, so let's see what the questions are asking. What is the greatest relative maximum in the graph? Well, we have negative 5, positive 6. We have 0, positive 2. And we have 6, positive 1. And if you're looking at the maximum, you're looking at the y coordinate. So the greatest of those choices, I believe, is the 6. So number 13 should be C. What is the lowest relative minimum on the graph? So we have negative 6, 0, negative 1, negative 1. And then way down there in the bottom, we have 3, negative 10. So the greatest, or I guess you could say it's the lowest relative minimum, and that's what they said. I was just making up stuff. The lowest one is way down there at -10. So I believe 13 is C and 14 is E. Yes, that is correct.